Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever, wherever you may be tuning into. We are live, and this is Yonks, and very, very excited about today's working group. This is now our sixth working group while we're preparing our Community Energy Innovation Prize for the HeroX American Made Challenge, hosted by the U.S. Department of Energy. And joined with me today are Tyler and Amy, co-founders here. And we've got a lot of agenda to talk about, really getting excited about the clarity surrounding the narrative here. And this is actually the third American Made Challenge that we've been working on. And do you remember when it was that we did our first working group, Tyler or Amy? Let me actually just take a look here. So this is Notion, and just scrolling back here. Let's see. So it looks like we, all the way back to July 30th was when we hosted a working group for, and let me fix this here real quick. This is my OCD coming out in me. Quad co-op. And one of the things here today, this is actually the first time that updated the headline or the title is Gigs Go Green with Tri Co-op STO. And that's very related to Quad Co-op. Not going to unpeel what the fourth cooperative was that we're not going to be doing right now. So one of the things that we're going to do here real quick that we were talking a little bit about before we got started was our Community Energy Innovation Prize team. And let me actually just go here to HeroX, the Community Energy Innovation Prize. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for everybody on the live stream here. So, and I'll throw this link in as well. So this is the CEIP homepage, and you'll have that link on wherever that you're tuning into our live stream on. And one of the things that's really exciting is that this is actually the first time that we are streaming to a brand new channel, Tesla Black DAO. That's going to be one of my main focuses here over the next, man, it's like 45 days. It's the 12th of November here. My personal goal is to onboard 100 people into the Tesla Black DAO. And that's going to be one of the things that we're going to talk about. So let me see what we've got here for my entries. And this is one of the things that I was running into before. I'm having trouble with my user on this, so we'll have to take this offline. I don't want to troubleshoot that here right now. So let's get back to the agenda that I do have for today. So this is actually the template here that we've been using for solar EV. I'm actually going to go through and update this quite a bit for our upcoming working group next Sunday. And we will host a working group next Sunday, and then we'll skip a week for Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back on, I believe that'll be, what is that, Tyler, the 29th or something? Don't have the calendar in front of me right now.
Yeah, something like that.
So one of the things, and just to hop in, I'll come back to some of this stuff here later potentially, but looking at the agenda down here. So with everything that we've got going on, I felt, and it's been a little bit, but since we've had an office hours, I thought that it would be worthwhile to go ahead and do an office hours here this next week. So this is one of the things, Let Us Meet is one of the tools that we like to use for finding a time to meet. And this is, let's see, I'm going to do this on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Should I make it go Friday? No, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday to give us a choice here. So for those that haven't used Let Us Meet, it's basically a heat map tool. And I was just wanting to go over here to see like the last office hours that we've had has been a minute. So we had some office hours related to the collegiate track. So this is actually something that I'm going to just copy and paste right here. I'm going to change this a little bit. Let's meet. And we're going to make this the Gigs Go Green with Tri-Co-op STO. And we'll unpack these two hashtags. This is going to be a recurring conversation here. And these two hashtags are really boiling down how that we're going to launch our project. And that's one of the things that will be an ongoing work in progress as we continue to build in public. So office hours number 2. And let's see, I'm just going to copy this right here. Our second office hours. And one of the things about our office hours is that we really want that to be a lot more casual than the working group. And that's one of the things that we use a same format Zoom live stream. And I'm going to put the window here for 10 to 4 p.m. And speaking of office hours, I actually joined the Security Token Advisors Success Network here. I think it was Wednesday, this past Wednesday, and Peter Gaffney from the STA team hosted a weekly office hours on Thursday, and that was actually very beneficial. Shortlisted some of the platforms that we are considering for regulation crowdfunding. And we actually had a conversation with Chainraise earlier, I think it was on Thursday, and we're going to have some conversations with some other ones, continue to do the due diligence, because as Tri-Co-op suggests, and STO stands for Security Token Offering, Tri-3, and co-op is the TLD, top level domain for cooperative. So I like to look at DAOs as technology enabled cooperatives, and we're looking forward to incorporating cooperative principles into the organization. And this security token offering is geared for organizations that we will be deploying those funds that we raise through the security token offering in Colorado to build out the projects. So here is the link to the Let Us Meet. I'm throwing this in Zoom for everybody. And this is so anyway, what the office hours, this is a way that somebody can kind of pop in and kind of ask some questions about what we're doing. And then what we're like, and if nobody pops in, then we'll be able to just get some things knocked out to continue to work on our project. So that was the link to the office hours. And I'm going to go ahead and add my availability here. Add availability. So okay, so that's when I'm available. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to our agenda, and I'm going to throw this link in here for our agenda. So one of the external opportunities here, and let me actually just go ahead and open up this webinar registration form. So this is an upcoming webinar, Grid Resilience and Innovation Partnership. This is a multi-billion-dollar grant opportunity that's available, And this is one of the things that may be an opportunity for us to onboard. And I think that there's a strong opportunity for us to create a project that can qualify for grid resilience. And that's one of the things, like when we're talking about creating distributed energy resources, this is one of the things that absolutely adds resilience to the grid with our plans of deploying commercial grade battery energy storage systems. So this is something that I'm going to register for. There was another link, and let me actually go over here in a new window on Notion. And there was another page, and I created, let me do a search here real quick. Search for grid. Let's see. Might not have added it. So anyway, if that's something that you're available, register for that. And that's something that we'll be talking about. And we'll probably, like, one of the things now that we've got our narrative dialed in with Gigs Go Green, with Tri-Co-op STO, this is a good opportunity for us to circle back with some of the power connectors with the resources here with the Community Energy Innovation Prize. So one of the other things too that I did in preparation here for our working group was actually got DWork updated, and DWork is our system that we use. It's a platform for doing task management, and got the several boards updated here with under Web3 Freedom Club, Tri-Co-op STO. And this is the board that we're going to be using for managing the tasks related for the narrative going forward. And let me put a link in there for everybody on the live stream here real quick. CEIP project board on DWork. I don't even know if there's any tasks here yet. And this is one of the things that we've got. Let's see, where did I put the task for the pitch deck? So this is one of the things that we'll be talking about, working on a pitch deck for Tri-Co-op security token offering. So, and then one of the other things too that I wanted to showcase is the roadmap. So this is something else. This is one of the cool features within DWork that makes it easier to visualize from a timeline standpoint some of the projects that are on the roadmap. So this is something right now that have some dates here. Like one of the things that we're going to be talking about, and this is something that we'll likely talk a lot more about next week on next week's working group, but right now we're putting on the roadmap to create a Kickstarter for Tesla Black DAO. One of the things that we're working to get online is a minimum viable product for Tesla Black, our DAO membership NFT. And that's one of the things I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to have that online here within the next week. And that's something that's going to be an ongoing work in progress as far as really dialing that site in to make it work well. And then this is one of the other things too. We've got the Tri-Co-op security token offering, and then also the opportunity for us to do a fun event to launch our Tri-Co-op security token offering on DAO Day, February 22nd, 2024. I thought that it would be worthwhile to have that as a breakout little party hat here on that. So real quick, I wanted to stop talking here and get some feedback from you all as far as the project spaces in DWork. And this is one of the things that will make a lot more sense as we begin to use it here for efforts surrounding the projects as we're working to move those forward. And I'll go back to the overview here real quick to this section. Let me make this bigger too. Here's the board that we had some tasks on for the Solar EV HeroX team. This is probably something that I'll move to archived. And getting back to the agenda over here, I did put some screenshots in here just so that I could kind of capture this from a nice screenshot perspective as well. Okay, so this is where we're probably going to occupy most of our time here today. So I already showed the DWork task related to the TriCo-op security token offering, TriCo-op STO. Let me go ahead and pop this out into another browser window. So this Can2 hashtags change the world. Gigs go green with TriCo-op STO. So how has that been resonating with you, Amy or Tyler, since you've heard that when I texted that?
What do you think, Amy?
I think we discussed this last time, that it was kind of long, but the message resonates. I think it'll take a minute to kind of acclimate on the hashtag, but it's okay.
When you say kind of long, so this was one of the things that I was curious about, because this is more geared to be a blog post as well. And this is one of the things that will be a very iterative process within our framework. We've been going through the Epic content marketing book, and we've got a little bit of framework within Notion. But this was something that I was curious about, and I might have even done a character counter on this. Let me do a character counter real quick. Do I have edit mode? I might not be in. Oh, you said that was on a different title slide, didn't you, Tyler?
Yeah, it's on the master.
So this is in our content calendar, and this is something that is not something that we're actively using that much. It's a place that we've used a little bit in the past, and it's still definitely not something that we have within our workflow. But this is a blog, and I haven't done anything as far as creating some content, but I was wanting to get this here to see what the character count was on this. So the character count is only 62 characters, and best practices for blog post title length. So the ideal length of a blog title is 50 to 60 characters, and this is only 2 characters over that. So I think that that's in an acceptable range. And the thing is just like how much that it resonates with people. And this is really where, this could be a pretty important piece of content, but it's also something that we need to get out sooner than later. And this is one of the things that will be interesting as we're looking to do content on Web2 platforms and Web3 platforms, what we can make that look like. So that's something that I'm open to. And like I said, this process is going to be very iterative in nature. So and I can't remember if this was a deadline that I put on here. This is something that I'm really wanting to work with. And like we were looking at it from the lens of a slide deck. So let's actually go and just hop right in here to. So one of the things that I was kind of envisioning, and let me make this, that's too small. So one of the things that I was kind of envisioning is instead of being vertical like this, and I was thinking that it would look better, and this is something that I was trying to incorporate here within Notion, something similar to this, where we could put in some details. And this is one of the things too that we can also do similar, because the more that we have consistent imaging and keep things similar look and feel, I don't know how much that people will be using Notion compared to like looking at a pitch deck. And go ahead, Tyler.
Jason, the format's fine. Last night was just a thought dump. It wasn't anything about the formatting.
Sure. So let's see, try co-op. And this is where I don't know if we could potentially get these details into this slide right here. And that's one of the things too that, but anyway, let's keep on going. There's the team. What is Tesla Black? And this is the, you use the deck that we had for Solar EV, right?
Yeah, again, that was just kind of a thought dump for how to get the other two in there.
One of the things that I was wanting to change in this, what are the Justice 40 zones called, Amy?
I don't know what you're meaning. I haven't reviewed the research. What are you trying to say?
I couldn't remember if there was some thing that the Justice 40 zones were called. And here, this is because I was actually wanting to change this from Solar in LMI community to a more accurate. So this is the Justice 40. And there was some
Are we still pursuing that per se? Because you said that that's not something that we want to do anymore, or am I mistaken?
when you say something that I'm not sure if I'm understanding.
When we were trying to get the other organization to kind of go along with us, and we're having a hard time, I thought that's not the route we're going to take this time. So
Well, the Justice 40 is like there's the economic, and I can't remember exactly the map with Justice 40. Yeah, so here it is, the screening tool, the Climate and Economic Justice Screening Tool. So it uses like here in, well, let me make this a little bit bigger. So like here in Colorado, so like here's the one in Boulder, but this one I don't think it stacks up because the area that we're looking at for the opportunity zone is this census tract that stacks some of the other ones. But one that was looking at here,
Jason, do you want to kind of take this offline and get back to get the presentation going? Because
yeah,
we want to get that done.
let me just do this. Well, that's I was trying to get this updated, Tyler. So let's see. Solar and justice. Census. So this is a good start, Tyler. Well done. So this is something that we can get updated a little bit more for to get this circulated, but this is a pretty high priority to get this sent out here this week. Did you want to dig any more in on this deck right now, Tyler?
I mean, we can come back to it if we've got more time on the agenda. But let's get through the rest of everything else first.
Okay, cool. So check that box there. Well, that was most of the agenda. I was actually wanting to spend most of the time going through the slide deck.
Okay, well then let's just go through it slide by slide and just figure out what we're going to do. If we can just get the content right, I can ask Double D to work on the design, or we can work on designing it later. The text, what the language of the text, and what we actually want on each slide is what we need to get done, and then the design we can figure it out.
So this, I don't know if this is accurate here, because the energy infrastructure is under solar EV. And I think I had,
Just cut it. You just want to just cut it and move it.
there's some on there that we can leave. And I don't know what would be the best way to package this as far as relaying the content. Let me see what the I'm gonna look for that. So this is what I was looking for here. The more that we can try to have some imagery on here. And this is this is something that I created a while back. I'll work on an image here to capture the driver A, driver B personas. I'm gonna bounce over here real quick, go get back to our main project page for Tesla Black. So this is some stuff that we went through last week, and didn't really change anything on this. This is some stuff that I was working on, mentioned our and I think we might even have the live stream going into the Twitter. So this was, for right now, got a link tree online as well for Tesla Black. And there's the Twitter. And here's the live stream that I was that we're on right now. So I think it would probably be better to work asynchronously on the pitch deck. I think we could probably get more done. Let me go ahead and get the office hours created for this, the one that we created, the Let Us Meet here real quick. So new office hours. This will be CEIP office hours number 2. So what's some tasks that we need to get done from a priority standpoint, do you think, Tyler, the most important?
Well, we need to get the text and graphics finalized on that, and then we also need to figure out a one pager either for try co-op, or I don't know if it makes more sense to do 3 1-pagers for each of the co-ops, or but the 1-pagers and the finalization of the thing, that's what we need to move forward on for this thing right now.
So on the graphics, one of the things that I was thinking of would be interesting is seeing what kind of image that we can generate using AI. And the thoughts are here to get something that is a Tesla Model Y and something that embodies Colorado. And I don't know if that'd just be like the Colorado flag. I would really like to keep the car very clearly black. Have you done anything with generating AI images, Tyler or Amy?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard about beautiful.ai, but I haven't played around with it at all. I think Jasper has some functionality too, but I think that's a subscription only.
Well, here it's not even 2024 yet, and Zapier has already picked out the best AI image generators for in 2024. So let's see what Zapier has to say.
Dolly.
Right? Because the other thing too, the thoughts on the one of the images that we need is something to really embody to use on the NFT for the Tesla Black. And that's actually something that we could do right now if we wanted, is go through the process, because that's something that I think that we didn't get done before, was getting our Tesla Black DAO membership created. So I didn't get that thought captured succinctly, Tyler. Let me get that captured again here real quick.
The so we need the text and the graphics finalized, or the graphics that we're going to give, and either get the design done or ask Double D to help. Not sure what his availability looks like. And then,
is that for the pitch deck or for
both? We need to get that for the pitch deck and for the one pager.
Well, right now we've got an action item to get the pitch deck sent over to Chainraise. One of the other things, let me go back to the other agenda here real quick for today's working group. Let me actually go over here to DAO solutions, because this is one of the things that, so I created this STO tab to show who that we're considering for the regulation crowdfunding security token offering. So let me go ahead and open and see if this is something that we can go ahead and take a look. Let me open up Rialto's site. Regulation, crowdfunding, capital raising. Reg CF is the regulation. So they've got Calendly here. Let me take a look. So do we want to try to do this on Monday next week? Tomorrow?
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
So this is a Calendly for Rialto markets, and just looking at Monday. You want to do this earlier or later, Tyler?
Let me see. Probably. Hold on, sweetie. No. Do they have like 11 a.m. open or 10:30?
11, yes.
Yeah, just do that.
Okay. I'll update that and I'll take that offline. And let's see. actions, schedule, Calendly, Alto, markets, okay. Okay, and then the other one, Republic. It looks like DigiShares has an off. They're doing their own offering right now. This form should only take 2 minutes to complete and will ensure the information needed to respond to your tokenization introduction request. So this is the type form for Republic. First, what are your tokenization goals? I'm going to make this bigger for everybody here. Oh, it looks like you can only check one box. So I'm going to check this first one. We're wanting to do an equity raise. What is the name of your company? I'm going to just put this gigs go green with try co-op STO. Name. Paste. Chief Digital Alchemist. What industry is your company in? Mobility, energy, state. Please share any applicable traction in the company. How much is the company raised to date? Check 101 now. So I don't know. Let me go back. There's a couple questions that I'm going to skip that question. Planning a starter. Okay. Thank you for your submission, Republic Crypto. Awesome. So we went through, we got our scheduled or submitted type form for so. All right. Well, we've got quite a bit of time left in our working group. What would you like to use this time for, Amy or Tyler?
I think if we're done, we can leave early. I don't know how much time you said we have.
Yeah, I'd rather just use the time to just work on the offline stuff and
Mhm.
I am quite okay with that. I've been getting quite a bit of stuff done offline as well. So we've got the let us meet for the office hours here this week, and the main thing that I'm going to be focused on is one of the things that I'm wanting to do is to get a GoFundMe, and that's really going to be because we talked quite a bit today about Tri-Co-op STO. We didn't really talk that much about Gigs Go Green, and that's one of the things. The Gigs Go Green is like one of the things that's going to be a component of that is a GoFundMe, and that's one of the things that I need to do. Rubber meets the road, and get some feedback from the real world as far as that situation with me driving that narrative myself. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our closing slide for the day here. Let's see where it went. I'm not finding it anyway. Well, it's a beautiful day outside. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend outside today, but looking forward, I'm very excited about this narrative, and really the main thing that we need to do between now and January is really create some traction. And that's one of the things that it will be interesting to see how fast that we can get some traction. That's one of the things that wanting to put some tools in place as far as from a workflow standpoint to make that easier and manageable. But anyway, you all have a great rest of your Sunday.
You all too.
all right. See you later.